we are going to bring on Francine Russo. Francine, thanks so much for coming on. I greatly appreciate your time today. I'm looking forward to the conversation.
I am glad I'm glad to be here, and I am glad that you have a mixed age audience, because love after 50 is great for people after 50 looking for love, but it's also great for their adult children, for millennials who aren't sure how to handle the reality that mom or dad may have a new love in their life.
So, Francine, can we just start talking about the book at the beginning and what made you want to write Love After 50?
I am somebody who unfortunately was widowed twice, but fortunately found love again at 55 and then again at 69. And everybody was coming up to me and saying, Francine, how did you do it? How do you do it? And so I wrote this book for all the people who think, oh no, I'm too old. I'll never find love again. I don't know how to do it. I'm not young looking. This is for everybody to say it's not only possible after 50, but it's the very best time.
Francine Russo, Love After 50. Definitely check out the book.
Oh, I want to
Amazon.
show you the cover. It's a great cover, very untraditional.
Yeah, I know. It does look great. So actually get into that. Just since you did show the cover to the audience, what made you want to choose that kind of cover for a book about love?
Well, actually, I'm not the one who chose it. It was my publisher, and they had a really good idea that this is a modern book. Mostly, although it's good for people who are a little older than baby boomers, really it's the baby boomer set, starting with the baby boomer set, and who don't envision themselves as old people walking on the beach. And so this is a more provocative and designer statement about spooning is a wonderful thing if you've ever spooned with your lover, but coming together, but also being a little bit separate. If you notice, the spoons don't quite meet. And I think that's very, very clever, because when you're older, you get to be your independent self in a way, in a relationship, in a way you never were before. So it's two independent people coming this close, and being incredibly intimate, but still being yourself.
For people that don't live in those kind of warm weather climate areas where the retirement population is extremely high, what would you tell them as far as tips and tricks to meet someone, as far as love after 50?
You can do all the usual things, tell your friends you're looking, go to functions of, activities, church, the gym, whatever. But I found both my second and my third, my current partner online. I think that online is far from something to be scared of. If you just use your common sense, you can avoid all those silly, scams and people who really aren't for real. Just look for somebody who's presents a realistic prospect, not somebody too good to be true. Move on. In Love After 50, I give my readers a really firm set of guidelines for how to do it, how to make it work for you. For example, if you're a woman, don't wait for people to write to you. Same thing if you're a guy. Write to as many people as possible and expect that most people won't answer you, but a lot of people will. And who cares if they don't write back? There are a million people out there. And and don't spend a lot of time corresponding online. These days, if you're worried about COVID, and most people are vaccinated in this age group, have a video chat. And then if you like what you see and hear, go on a coffee date outdoors and, see if it, try it, have a bunch of coffee dates, take a walk in the park, do it. And now is the great time while the weather is warm, and where you are, it's always warm.
I agree 100%. So I want to ask you this, and for people again that are listening, Francine Russo, again, Love After 50, definitely check out the book, Amazon or wherever books are sold. How can we, as millennials, or even the Gen Z crowd, behind us, really get to people that we love, because we really want them to, enjoy love after 50 in general?
I would say encourage the people, the older people to get online if they can't find people offline, and
Mhm.
take them through it. Help them write a profile, take a picture, have them go through with you, and have that fun thing. Oh, what about him? What about him? What about him? And then get them started. Make them see it's not scary, and then they can go from there.
When is it time for a person to jump back into the dating pool after a spouse dies?
It's individual. I would say at least a year, but some people feel ready after 6 months. It
Hmm.
depends. Did you have a great marriage? Did you have a conflicted marriage? Did your spouse die suddenly? Or was it a long lingering illness where, you were losing him or her bit by bit? And it's really a question of, do I feel ready, not even to have a relationship, do I feel ready to have a cup of coffee with somebody? You can just dip your toe in and see how it feels.
But how do we get these people? Because I've known people personally that they're like their husband or their wife is gone and that's it. They will never move on from that. They are single until they die. Do you think that's healthy? Is that an issue? What do you feel about that, Francine?
It's individual. Some
Okay.
people feel I've had a great marriage, I've had a great life, I miss my spouse, but I'm happy with my life. And also there's a lot of liberty in being single for somebody who's had to attend to other people's needs and now can go travel, do whatever they want, nap when they want, read when they want. For some people, that's a great thing.
What kind of advice would you give to somebody that is married after 50?
I would say, first of all, before you get married, think about the kind of life you have, whether you have children, what your money situation is, and ask yourself, do I want the complications and the security of marriage?
Mhm.
Or would it work better for me to live with my partner but keep a lot of things separate? Or in fact, is it better for us not to move in together, but enjoy each other's? I want to see my kids separately. I want my kids to be able to come and run all over the house. He doesn't care. It's not his house. It's like, I want to sleep late. I'm not a morning person. He is. Okay, he's in his house. I'm in my house. Whatever works for you, but really think about it ahead of time. Don't just say, okay, we love each other, let's get married.
Another audience question as we jump in. This is about sex life after 50. This woman asks is, how do I spice up my sex life with my partner after 50?
I would say if it's a new relationship, first of all, give up the old idea that the man performs for the woman, because at a certain age, this isn't going to happen that way. Everybody's body changes. So give up that idea. Instead, become erotic friends. Try different things. There might be intercourse, it might not. A lot of people can't do it anymore. For women, it's painful. So I'm going to tell you, I have a chapter on making a new sex life when you're older, and it's a very fun chapter, and it's very frank. And I'm telling you that there are all kinds of things you can try and experiment with and discover, wow, this is better than sex when I was younger. You talk more, you collaborate more, you tell each other what you need. Oh no, a little to the left, a little to, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it.
That was great. That was great. And thank you for going into that. I hope the viewers like that. I know they will in general. Francine, should older women worry about a younger guy coming after them? I think back to, I went to school in Boca Raton in South Florida. We saw a lot of these older men with, way younger women with them. And we obviously knew for the most part, it was just the younger girls were looking for money. Should older women worry about that this younger man is trying to come on to them for maybe a motherly figure, for maybe money in general?
Yes, And in fact, as I said before, the best relationships happen between people more or less about the same age. And if somebody is coming after you, and it seems like too good to be true, like this younger man adores me. He's 20 years younger and he tells me how sexy I am. Be suspicious, be very suspicious. I'm not saying it can't ever happen, that it's true love, but it is unlikely. So use your common sense.
Agreed. Thank you for saying that. So we'll end with this. Again, for people that are listening, this is Francine Russo, Love After 50. Definitely check out the book. With the last two questions, Francine, what do you hope people listening get out of this book and even the interview that they're listening to right now?
I hope that people think, first of all, that they can have a great relationship after 50. It's not too late. They don't have to be young and buff and gorgeous. And I hope they will realize that with their maturity and using their common sense and emotional growth, they can have the best relationship they have ever had, even if they've been happily married.
Francine Russo, Love After 50. Francine, where can people get the book and find more about you and even follow you on social media?
You can get it anywhere online. Amazon, I'm so proud to tell you this. There are now 77 reviews on Amazon. All of them, almost everyone 5 stars.
Wow.
All of them saying this book is more helpful, better written, and deeper than other books on the subject. And the number of positive reviews keep growing. And I also have a website, francinerusso.com.
All right. So again, francinerusso.com, Love After 50. Definitely check it out on Amazon or wherever books are sold. Francine Russo, I appreciate your time. This was fun and I really enjoyed it.
Me too.